American Idol has been one of television's most iconic singing competitions for over 2 decades. Since its premiere in 2002, the show has transformed ordinary people into music superstars and captivated millions of fans across the United States. But lately, a growing number of viewers are expressing deep frustration with the show's voting system. Many are now saying that unfair voting practices have completely ruined the integrity of the competition. The outcry isn't just a few isolated social media posts. It's a loud, widespread wave of criticism that has flooded comment sections, online forums, and fan groups. From accusations of favoritism to claims that talented singers are being unfairly eliminated, fans are saying the voting system has become less about talent and more about popularity, and it's hurting the show. One of the biggest complaints comes from viewers who feel that contestants with real vocal ability are being sent home too soon, while those with less talent but bigger fan followings continue to advance. For many fans, this isn't just disappointing, it's heartbreaking. Week after week, they watch as their favorite performers give emotional, technically strong performances, only to be eliminated because they don't have as much social media buzz. This season, that frustration reached a boiling point. After a particularly controversial elimination round, fans took to Twitter and Reddit to vent. One comment read, "The best singer went home tonight. I'm done watching. This show is not about talent anymore, it's a popularity contest." Another fan tweeted, "I voted 5 times, and it still didn't matter. The system is broken." So, what exactly is going wrong? American Idol allows viewers to vote for their favorite contestants via text, the show's official app and website. While this interactive system was originally introduced to give fans more power, critics argue that it now encourages fan bases to vote based on personal attachment, backstories, or even looks, rather than vocal talent. There are also concerns about vote stacking. Because fans can vote multiple times per contestant each week, a small but highly active group of supporters can heavily influence the outcome. In other words, it's not about how many people support a contestant, it's about how often they vote. This system has sparked debates over fairness. Some viewers argue that letting people vote up to 10 times per contestant per method skews the results and silences casual viewers who only vote once. Others say it gives too much power to stans, diehard fans who are more invested in a contestant's personality or appearance than in their singing ability. These criticisms have led to calls for reform. Some fans want the voting system to limit how many times each person can vote in total, rather than per method. Others have suggested that the judges should have more power in the later rounds, or that a panel of music industry professionals should be introduced to balance out the public vote. The issue of unfair voting has even caught the attention of former contestants. Some have spoken out about how the system affected their journey on the show. One former finalist said in an interview, "I knew going in that it wasn't just about singing. You have to market yourself, engage on social media, build a following, and even then, it might not be enough if you're not what the voters want." This pressure has changed the way many contestants approach the show. Instead of focusing purely on their performances, some spend hours on TikTok and Instagram, hoping to attract enough attention to boost their votes. While engagement is important in the music industry, critics argue that the show's focus should be talent first, not who can trend on Twitter. In the past, American Idol was often praised for discovering raw, undiscovered talent. Think back to early winners like Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood, or Fantasia Barrino. These artists were known first and foremost for their incredible voices. But today, many fans feel that the show has shifted away from talent and toward marketability. There's also growing suspicion that producers influence the narrative by giving certain contestants more screen time or emotional backstories. While this isn't new to reality TV, some fans argue that it creates an uneven playing field. If viewers are more familiar with certain contestants, they're more likely to vote for them, even if their performances weren't the best of the night. These patterns are becoming more visible to longtime viewers. One Reddit thread analyzed the amount of screen time each contestant received in recent episodes, showing that some were featured far more heavily than others. One user wrote, "How are we supposed to vote fairly if we don't even get to know all the singers? Some of them barely get a minute on camera." In addition to these concerns, there are technical issues. Some fans have reported glitches in the voting system, votes not registering, app crashes, or difficulty logging in. While these problems may seem minor, they can have a big impact on results, especially when the competition is close. The combination of all these issues has led many fans to say that American Idol no longer feels like the fair, talent-based competition it once was. Instead, they say it feels like a game of strategy, where the loudest fan base wins, not the most talented singer. So what can be done? First, many are calling for greater transparency. Fans want to see how votes are counted and whether certain contestants are receiving boosts based on judge scores or producer influence. A more open voting process could help rebuild trust with viewers. Second, some suggest returning to a 50-50 system where votes are split between the public and the judges. This would allow music professionals to help guide the competition while still giving fans a say. It could also prevent shocking eliminations of highly skilled contestants due to lack of exposure or popularity. Third, a limit on total votes per person could level the playing field. Instead of 30-plus votes per viewer, a simple one vote per person model would reflect a broader consensus and reduce the power of hyperactive fan campaigns. Fourth, many want the producers to stop overproducing contestant storylines and focus more on equal performance coverage. When every singer gets the same amount of stage time and backstory, fans can make more informed decisions. Until changes are made, however, frustration is likely to continue. Longtime fans say they're exhausted from investing in contestants who keep getting eliminated despite standout performances. Some have even said they're planning to stop watching altogether unless the show starts listening to feedback. One disappointed fan posted, "This used to be the one show that felt fair. It was about the voice, the journey, the transformation. Now it feels like a reality show gimmick. I don't want to vote anymore because it doesn't seem to matter." Another said, "American Idol used to be the gold standard. Now it just feels like another popularity contest with singing in the background." Despite the backlash, the show still commands millions of weekly viewers and remains a significant platform for aspiring artists. But if it wants to maintain its legacy, producers may need to take this criticism seriously.